Alright guys, we're looking at Paku Paku, which is a Pac-Man clone, and it's done in a special mode. It's 160 by 100 text mode that looks like a chunky graphics mode. Uh, One of the better games done in this mode is Paku Paku. I'm going to play a bit, not too long, just to show you how it works. And I'm going to go over some of the code. The author of the program has released the code, and I was just studying it recently, and I got really into it and how this mode actually works. And I'm going to share with you what I found. But first, let's do a little play, and we'll discuss things afterwards. So it got difficult pretty quick. Okay, that was I didn't intend to play that long, but it was a little addicting. So it's a pretty good rendition of Pac-Man. It sounds like it. It plays like it, um, and it's a really good version. So the author of this program is Jason M. Knight, and he's done this. When was this released? November 11th, 2011. So that's 10 years ago. And I've seen this, a few years ago, but I played it a bit and meant to look at the code, but kind of forgot about it until a few days ago. And then I started looking at the code just to see how this was done. And it's it's pretty interesting. Uh, Let me just go to the code. All right, so it's written in Turbo Pascal, and we're looking at the TXT graph, which handles the graphics portion. So a lot of it is in assembler, inline assembler, and I kept looking at this and looking at this, trying to make sense of it. It's all there, but because it's written in assembler, I couldn't really make heads or tails of it. So what I did was try and Google some information, and what I came across was a website that gave me some hints. And so it's nerdlypleasures.blogspot.com. You could go there and read it yourself. But this little part here describes it perfectly. So by using the text mode and using the ASCII character 221 or 222, which is basically a bar, we can toggle the foreground and background color to make 2 pixels basically out of this character. And and that's only part of the solution, because we can make the colors uh, 2 colors, but it still doesn't look like a pixel. But there's an option to reduce the size of the text character down to a smaller height, and then it becomes looking like a pixel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump to some of my code, and here's where things kind of went wrong. By by Googling stuff, I ended up coming up on this site here. And one of the things that I took to mean, what it says here was that bit 7 of the attributes is strictly blink. Now, this is true, but bit 7 doesn't have to be only for blink. And this Reddit post actually explains it pretty good as well, much better than I can. But let me find out what Fredrickson says. So if we look here, the behavior you're seeking most likely has to do with the VGA text mode handles the color attributes. Bits 0 to 2 are for foreground. Bit 3 is the foreground intensity. Bits 4 to 6 are background color, and bit 7 is special. So this is where I found out it has more than one meaning. It's not just the blinking state. And bit 7 can do one of 2 things. So it can have the blink effect, which is what I didn't want, and it can be set to the background intensity, which is what I wanted, which gives you full 16 colors for the background. Now, if we switch back to my code, well, there's a bit more actually here. So Fred goes on to describe in more detail what you actually need to do this. And he even provides some code here, which I snatched to disable the blink. And let me go back to my code. I've summarized it by doing my own little text, which I probably copied from somewhere else, just modified a bit. But it's just a reminder to myself that bit 7 now handles the background color and also enables blink text. Um, so once I found that out, things began to look more clear. Uh, I was able to, let me just go through so to initialize the mode and set the color size of the text character, I have this function here, this procedure. And to disable the blink, which is basically what I cut and pasted from the Reddit site. And I wrote a few other routines here. A lot of this I just basically cut and paste and or converted from C to Pascal. And so this allows me to form the color attribute. This allows me to extract the background color and extract the foreground color. And I wrote my own get pixel, and let's just ignore the get pixel 2 for now. And some additional test code. Anyway, the important thing is the put pixel procedure here. So the way it works is because we're splitting up the display and using one character for 2 pixels, each time there's a request to, let's say, plot to location 0, we take x and divide it by 2. That gives us 0 still. But if pixel location is at 1, 1 divided by 2 is still 0. So we're modifying the same text attribute. And what we need to do is swap the background color with the foreground color. And so this is the logic here that we use. So if it's odd, 0 is actually odd. Sorry, 0 is actually even. So when the pixel value is 0, it's actually going to come to the even part here. So we set the foreground color to the color requested. If it's odd, odd is 1, 3, 5. And when it's that value, we set the background color to the color requested. And we use this special character 221. Now, I'm using the pound 221 to represent the character, but you could also do, if you hold the Alt key and on your numeric keypad hit 221, you could also get it to display like that. And I wrote a bit more helper code to clear the screen and draw a rectangle. And also wrote a put image, and let's just run the program and you'll see what it does. So we drew a bunch of bars to show all the colors, and I created an image to use with the put image procedure, and it just to show you how flexible this mode can be. But I was stumped when I couldn't get my background colors to show fully, and that was all because of the disable blink. So I'm gonna comment that out. And so I was getting this kind of garbage. I wasn't quite sure what to do with the blink state. So thanks to Fred on Reddit, I was able to figure that out. And now I have a fully working 160 by 116 color mode. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.